Hey, what's up, friends? Laura Alvarado here, and I help gym owners attract, convert, and retain clients so they can have more income and freedom. Now, Hey, what's up, friends? Laura Alvarado here, back with another speed training to help you grow and scale your fitness business. And today I want to talk to you about everything high ticket sales. So first of all, let's define high ticket. I define high ticket as anything over $1,000, usually in the $1,000 to $3,000 range. Now, I know you've sold low ticket and you've probably sold mid ticket, something in the $300 to $800 range, but high ticket sales are a completely different beast. Now, most of my clients are selling anywhere from 1 to 4 high ticket packages per month, which injects some extra cash flow into their business so they can have more profits and have more money to take home to their families. So if you want to make some high ticket sales, stay tuned. I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know. All right, the first thing to do is to really get into the right mindset. The first hurdle for most people when it comes to high ticket sales is overcoming the limiting belief that are their services even worth this high ticket price tag? So the most important thing to remember is you're worth it. You are here to change someone's life. And you're here to support them. You're here to be their friend, to mentor them, and to give them the confidence that they've always wanted. So you are 100% worth it. If you feel nervous or hesitant to sell high ticket, I always recommend starting with something that you can sell with complete confidence. Now, if that means you have to start at $997, you sell a couple of those, you go up to $1,500, sell a couple, you go up to $2,000, and you keep working your way up, that's completely fine. But you want to make sure that you are selling something that you can sell with complete confidence, because that's going to make all the difference in your sales presentation. You also really have to work on any limiting beliefs you have about yourself or that have to do with money. Many of these can be ingrained in you from childhood, depending on what kind of environment you grew up in and how your family dealt with money or believed in money. So I'm not going to go too much into that. There's some other great materials that you can reference, but first thing you want to do is just make sure you're in the right mindset. Speaking of the right mindset, if you walk into a high ticket sales appointment saying, I'm going to close this deal, you're probably not. If you walk into a sales appointment saying, I'm going to change someone's life and I'm going to do whatever I can to change someone's life, you're going to be 10 times more likely to close that deal. So get your mind right before you hop into your next sales call. It's also important to remember that, hey, when you're first selling high ticket, your sales percentage is going to go way down. So I see a lot of gym owners have a 90% closing ratio with anything that's low ticket, especially to their gym memberships. They have a very high, let's say 70% closing ratio for anything mid-ticket. When it comes to selling high ticket, especially in the beginning, your closing percentage is going to go way down. And it's really normal to go down in the 20-25% range. Now you can 100% get that up, but you need to be gentle with yourself and just remember that it's going to take some trial and error. And again, we already talked about this. Start with something that you can sell with complete confidence, and then you can always work your way up from there. Now, another trap that I see people get into is thinking that high ticket means trading time for money. Now, high ticket fulfillment is quite a bit of work. You have to pay someone very close attention or give them a lot of your attention, but it doesn't mean that you're trading time for money. In fact, many of my clients who are selling high ticket packages aren't doing any one-on-one sessions with their clients. They aren't doing personal training or semi-private training. Most of the fulfillment is done virtually. So you don't have to trade all of your time for money in order to fulfill a high ticket program. Instead, you have to remember, what are people paying for? First of all, they're paying for results. So why would someone spend $3,000 to $7,000 for liposuction? Why? A guaranteed result. They know they're going to walk out of that operating room thinner than when they walked in. So they're paying for a result. The other thing they're paying for is connection, not content. So they can get workouts anywhere for free on YouTube. They can get meal plans on Google, right? They're not paying you for that stuff. They're paying you for the connection. They're paying for the accountability, for the friendship, for the personalization, so that it fits their likes and dislikes. It fits their schedule. It fits what they can take on, right? So they're paying for that accountability, personalization, and support. They're not paying for all of the stuff. All right, so when we talk about high ticket, the best sales process is a 2-call close, and this works really well for a couple different reasons. Number one, anytime you don't ask somebody for money on the first sales call, it builds a ton of rapport. So I find it very effective on the first call. We're not talking about money. We're not asking them for money. We're just getting them excited about the program. The other thing that we want to do with the setter call is to qualify your prospects. I don't want you to sit for an hour on a VIP sales call with a client that's just not going to be a good fit, who's never going to be able to afford your services, isn't ready and willing to do the work. So the setter call is going to make sure that you're getting in front of the right prospects, and it's also going to build an immense amount of trust because you are not asking for money up front. So if you want my setter script where I tell you exactly what to say on your setter call, line by line, super easy, plug and play. You can give this to someone in your team, an admin, a family member. Use the button below. It will send me a Facebook message. I will send you the script instantly. And then if you have any questions about how to use the script, you can always hit reply, and the real me will reply when I'm online next. Okay, so after you have the setter call completed, whoever's doing the setter call, whether it's yourself or somebody else, is going to put notes into the goal driver. I'm going to get into that in just a second. It's very important that they put in as detailed notes as possible so that you can come into the VIP sales call with some armor to build rapport. You'll already know a lot about them, where they're living. They should put the weather that day, any small things that they talked about in the conversation. It's also the setter's goal to really pre-frame the sale. So when you meet with Laura, you're going to do X, Y, and Z, going to get them excited. You're going to solve these problems. If you felt this way before, if you tried these things in the past, Laura's going to show you exactly how to fix those. So the setter is really going to get someone excited to meet with you, and then they're going to give you the detailed notes. You have all the armor you need to walk into the VIP sales call. Okay, so once you're on the VIP sales call, again, you're going to start by establishing rapport. You're going to review those setter notes in advance so you know, hey, what are the pain points? What are the problems? What's the why that makes them cry? So you can walk in knowing how to best tailor your sales presentation to this specific prospect. Okay, now it's very important that you get the why that makes them cry. When I say this, I'm not talking about something superficial on the surface. I'm talking about a deep-rooted why. If you don't have the why that makes them cry, you haven't built enough rapport and you're not going to close the sale. So there are 3 questions that I like to use to dig deep and push for the why that makes them cry. Number 1 is, tell me more about that. Ooh, tell me more about that. You can keep asking that over and over again until you get more detail and they can elaborate on whatever feelings that are coming up. Number 2 is, why is this important to you? So again, if somebody just gives you something on the surface, like I want to lose weight, or I want to fit into these clothes, why is this important to you? Or number 3, how would your life be different if? So again, we're not looking for something superficial. We're not looking for, I want to be thinner. I want to fit into my clothes. I want a bigger butt. We're wanting something like, hey, I want my husband to find me attractive again. I want to feel like I'm confident in walking into a room, whatever it is. So we want to make sure that we're keep digging deep until we get that why that makes them cry. All right, the next thing that you want to keep in mind is you want to sell results and not programs. Programs equal objections. When you sell a specific program, for example, hey, I have this 6-week, shred program or whatever it's called, right? There are objections that come up. I don't know if those dates work for me. I'm not going to be around for the next 6 weeks. I'm not sure if I can work out 3 times a week. Is the meal plan going to be too challenging? It might be too expensive. I don't know if I'm going to have time to cook, right? We've all heard these objections again and again. So when you sell a result, you almost eliminate all objections. You're also going to use my goal driver high ticket sales tool to put them in the driver's seat. When they tell you how many times a week they want to work out, when they tell you how aggressively they want to go with nutrition, when they tell you how they want the nutrition coaching to go, when you put them into the driver's seat, again, there are no objections where I don't know if this is going to work for me because they 100% personalize their program. So it's very important you don't sell a cookie cutter program. You sell a result that's specific to them and their needs, and that you put them into the driver's seat so they are designing and personalizing their own program. We already talked about having a specific results guarantee. The one that I recommend is, hey, it's going to take you this amount of weeks to get to your goal. I will guarantee that you lose the weight, or I will train you for free until they do. Now, if you're going to go this route, it's very important that you put specifics into your contract on what they need to do to qualify for that. So you know if somebody works out 4 times a week, you know if they log their food every single day, you know if they have 80% compliance with the meal plan, you know if they send you their weigh-in picture every day, if they communicate with you at least 3 times a week, like whatever the stuff is, you know if a client does all that, of course they're going to lose the weight. So I recommend having a results guarantee. It doesn't have to be for the entire amount of weight they need to lose, for example, 50 or 100 pounds, but you could definitely guarantee the first chunk of it. So let's say the first 20 pounds or whatever it is that you're going to do within the time frame that you're selling. So this works insanely well. Again, it's really easy to overcome objections and to give your buyer confidence that the money they're going to invest is worth it. Again, refer back to that liposuction example that I gave in the beginning. Why would someone pay that much money for liposuction? I hear again and again, oh, people can't afford it. I'm not sure they'd be willing to pay for this. There are many people who pay for liposuction who are middle class, who don't have a lot of disposable income, but they find the money because the result is guaranteed. So if you can find a results guarantee that you feel comfortable with, it's going to give your buyer extreme confidence in your service and product. So again, if you'd like a copy of this goal driver high ticket sales tool that I've been mentioning, again, hit the button below. It will open Facebook Messenger where I will automatically deliver it to you. And again, if you have questions, you can just hit reply and I will answer them when I'm online next. All right, guys, I hope you find some value from this speed training, and I'll see you back in another video with more tips to grow and scale your fitness business. Bye.